and we'll see if there's anything else to add that makes sense. I really do like the memory storage stocks. Like, I would love to get into STX. I think that looks incredible. MU is also gapping up a ton this morning. So it looks like that theme is going to be pretty strong. Palantir. This thing's been going straight up. Like, there's not really a buy point on this. You want it to kind of pull into the moving averages. Like, look at Cypher, right? It basically did what Palantir did, but now it's setting up the flag into the EMAs, which is like exactly what you want to see. I think I prefer Cypher over CLSK. I mean, it's just much stronger. NBTS, this one looks awesome. Yeah, Tesla could be buyable off the moving averages. It did get downgraded this morning. So could be a nice pullback to buy potentially. Lewis, I'm waiting for the first 5 minutes, bro. No reason to jump in right after the open. It does look, I mean, it's very strong off the morning here, but no reason to chase it or off the gate. Just kind of watching to see. All right, trim some GS here. 300%. Pretty crazy trade. This was a really good one. Looks like B's under the trigger. Same with element D. Cypher needs to take out these highs, it seems. Kind of like where it's rejecting here. Guys, I definitely have the flu or something. This shit's kicking my ass. IWM is like setting up right under the all-time high, but it looks like it rejected in the morning. We need IWM to really start getting some momentum through the highs to like have the market, get some Momo too. Looks like Frog is pushing through as well. This is nice. My next trim on Frog is 66. If we can get there, we'll take a trim on that. The calls are up about 54%, not moving too bad. A-Lab looks great too. I've been kind of stalking this thing. It had like a massive sell candle, but now it's back to the 50 MA. This is an interesting one. Looks like ARK is showing a ton of strength off the morning here. NVIDIA is breaking out potentially. This NVIDIA breakout is actually potentially viable here. On the hourly, it looks really nice. On the daily, it's breaking through the 50 MA. Look at the volume it's getting. This could be viable. I think 190s for December, I'm looking at. 19. That would be like the play here. This thing's been coiled for a while. Give it a few more minutes here, but I'm adding that to my watch list. Arc looks great. Cypher's holding up nicely. For Cypher, I'll probably look for that 30-minute orb I was talking about for an entry. Oh, wow. STX looks good here. Kind of retested the breakout. That looks nice. B consolidating right under the breakout level. This one's also right under the breakout. LMND is a little bit on the weaker side. I don't know if NVTS had news, but that's a nice setup on that. It looks like a lot of the strength is in ARC stocks here off the rip. Put NVIDIA on our list. Tech retesting Friday's high. We are extended off of the 8 EMA, so it's kind of tough to want to add new positions here on tech. Like if you guys look at the daily, if you look at the daily, we are kind of far away from the 8 EMA there. Wow, GS is such a beast. B rejecting here. KTOS setting up right under the spot. I'm not sure if market has enough momentum to really move today because we are opening a little extended on stuff. IWM's still kind of rejecting here. I'm really looking to see if IWM can kind of start taking out these highs and momentum kind of comes back into stuff. NVIDIA does look really good. It has resistance at 185.6, but if it gets through that, guys, it can honestly run to like 190 pretty quickly. It's probably what I'll be watching here for like a scalp or a day trade. Oh wow, yeah, VIX is up like 7% here. That's kind of weird. Wait, why is VIX up 7%? What? That is random. I guess people are buying cheap insurance for FOMC. ONS is nice. I'm contemplating getting like just shares on ONS and just sitting in that. Yeah, there's not a lot of momentum so far today, so not really rushing for anything. I think NVIDIA looks probably the best off the rip. Got some good volume. The daily also looks very coiled up. It's like the only thing with any Momo at all. Everything else is a little bit slower. Apple retest. I would wait for it to like form a flag and start breaking out of the flag first. B might retest the moving averages. It might be nice if it does that. This Nvidia kind of like 1 minute flag is nice for any scalpers. I prefer like 5 minute flags when I'm looking at like day trades. So see if it can form one here. I think Nvidia is like the only thing I trade today. It looks like it's just the one today. Very strong. Nothing else really's got much Momo. Nvidia also doesn't have any resistance over this high here, 185.7. Yeah, STX looks fine. There's just no momentum on it. There's like no volume. All the volume is on Nvidia right now. Oclo sold a bit. Right. I'm gonna take the second trim on Frog Guys. It's at about 60% now. At $66. Nice move on that. 61%. Very textbook breakout. I mean, this is one that everyone should study. These are the types of setups you're looking for in the market. Open's getting very tight on the daily. Yeah, does look nice. Yeah, I'll be watching this one. It's just tough. Like, guys, if you look at the daily on SPY, like we talked about this yesterday on stream, it is almost impossible for the market to get momentum when it looks like this. I mean, the chances we just get like a massive like candle here breaking out is just so low because we're so extended. I would prefer for us to just get a pullback and then kind of set up, but we'll see what happens. There's no reason to rush longs right now. We could also just kind of chop a bit. Like ARK is already Ring here, failed to get some momentum. IBM, that looks pretty good. It looks like big cap chip stocks are like the strongest today, like Nvidia. Even STX is pretty strong. Memory storage, Nvidia looks like the best place to be today. Yeah, they kind of smoked BE. Wow. It didn't break the high though. I mean, think about STX, it's not even up that much. It's like up like $1 from the trigger. But it'll probably work well here. Looks strong. This is why it's important to know like what sectors is the best. Now, I still think Nvidia might be wanting to set up an entry here. Look at the lower time frames on Nvidia. It does have some strong resistance at 185.7, but it looks like it's gonna form like a 15 or 5-minute flag. Oh, look at Rivian, guys, right off the moving averages, right off the 8. This could be the roll. Actually, this is probably the roll. Let's see. I'm thinking either February or March. I think January is not not far enough. Check the liquidity. All right, I'm gonna grab some Rivian rollovers for March. If you guys aren't familiar with what a rollover trade is, basically a trade that you had like a ton of profit on. So we bought Rivian right here, and now our contracts are gonna expire soon. So I'm just buying more time, but you're using the profits from the trade. So it's basically like a risk-free trade. I'm using only 50% of my profits from the previous trade on this. So that's my sizing. I got the 20 call for March. I really like the way Cypher's holding up too. This could be a 30-minute orb here soon. If you weren't in Rivian before, would you initiate a position? Very, very small size because it's just an 8 EMA tap. It doesn't really have it like a massive setup. Yeah, honestly, NBIS looks pretty good. It's an RDR here. Tesla. Yeah, I mean, off the 8 EMA could be interesting. It's a little bit early though. KTOS, I really like the way this thing's holding up. Bitcoin's holding up as well, which is a good sign. Ethos cipher for strength looked like the best here. I just don't think we're really gonna get any big moves today, so it's just kind of more so watch day, watch party. Um, if there's something that pulls back that looks good, could be ad like the Rivian, for example. I think Jobby actually looks pretty nice too. Yeah, Korean Rivian is the roll off the 8 EMA, right? So I got the alert right off the morning that it tapped the 8, and I'm just rolling it over. It's just a rollover trade. This isn't like a new position. It's worth entering Rivian if you haven't been in it. It's completely up to you, bro. Like I said, if you want to get in small size, see if it starts working, and then add more, you can do that. But it doesn't really have much of a setup, so if it's just a new position, I'd probably wait for it to set up. I think NBIS looks nice. It's building out like a tight little flag here. Yeah, I was looking. I looked for a 15-minute hammer, right, which would put in right here. So 15-minute, 30-minute hourly hammer. If you see that off the 8, usually not a bad look. Where would I trim NVTS? Probably like 10.6 and 11.6. Cypher 15-minute. Yeah, actually, this looks really good. I might grab some here. Low day risk. It looks like it wants to go. KTOS also looks really, really good. It looks like Cypher has some nice volume here on the 1 minute. If it can close through 20.8, I'll grab some Jans with low of day stop. This looks nice. I love how much volume this thing has on the 5 minute. About to be a volume anomaly, actually. Oh yeah, I'm gonna grab that cipher now. January 16 call for 2022 call for January 16 here. I like the volume anomaly on this. And then low of day stop is not too bad right here. Wolf. I think this one needs a bit more time, probably, but it looks like it just needs to get through the trend line. Yeah, for KTOS, I meant January 16. I keep getting confused between like December 16, December 19 calls and January 16. It's like messing me up for some reason. But yeah, that's what I meant. Katos actually looks really, really good. Ife. Yeah, Ethereum looks great. Stop looks like a downside RDR. Volume anomaly is basically when like the 5 minute candle after the open has more volume than the open. So like during the day, if you're just looking at like the 5 minute and a stock has more volume on like a random 5 minute candle than the open, that's a volume anomaly. Unity breaking out. Yeah, this looks nice. I don't know if I chase this though. It's so extended. Gap off the 21 EMA. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a bit of a sell here. Like you don't want things to pull back this much. When it was flagging, it was like okay, but then like this like just kind of looks like an H now. ON, oh that looks really good. ON is in IWM. It's like a pretty decent weight in IWM. Looks nice. QBTS, good example of that. Yeah, right here actually. It had a volume anomaly. Holy shit, Goldman Sachs is absolutely running. Yeah, Cypher's probably gonna be a failed breakout. I think that was a mistake taking it. I think there's just not enough momentum today. I think I should have just stayed patient. You guys are influencing me, not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't think there's anything to do today. Just kind of just sit. It's Tony, bro. It's okay, bro. I think right off the open, I think market was selling us it's just a sit day, but oh good, we'll see what this does. Yeah, the Nasdaq's pulling in here, SPY's pulling in here. Everything's kind of pulling in. IWM doesn't look too bad. Still kind of holding up. Yeah, Oscar looks good, Kareem. Um, I agree with exactly what you're saying. Like it was choppy for a while, but then the gap up changes everything. Because keep in mind that's like an EP, right? That's why I call like gaps ignitions. If a stock is choppy for a while, but then it has a massive gap with volume, now it's starting a new like momentum move. Right. Actually, yeah, you're right, Tony. Let's not be panicans. Tony telling me not to be a panican in 2025 is insane. I never thought I'd see the day. All right, but other for 100% other than Cypher, there's no way I'm adding anything else today. There's just like no momentum. Like we could just chop for like 2 days. Yeah, I mean, there's just no momentum, I think, because the market's extended still. And like IWM's not breaking out of the highs. There's just like nothing to really ignite the momentum right now. So it's just kind of slow. Um, these are good days to just kind of watch, observe, see what's showing relative strength. But the thing is, like, if you add a position today, you're probably not going to get like cushion on it, which is like the whole point. So that's kind of why like days like this, I'm not really rushing to get a entry on stuff. How do you determine low of day? I mean, low of day is the lowest point the stock was at when you entered. So like, let's say I entered right here. This is the low of day, 19.4. If you go on the daily too, you could see it like the lowest point of the wick right here is low of day. Doc N. Oh wow, yeah, this thing's a beast. Massive monthly base on that. Unity looks great. Would I add STX for a long-term buy? No. I mean, long-term buy. This thing ran like already like 500% this year. The meat of the move is already over on this thing. RKLB, this thing's just gone straight up though. Like it's not viable here. Kevin, there's no stop for the Rivian rolls. I need you guys before you take a rollover trade, you need to read exactly what a rollover trade looks like, or what what is a rollover trade. I have it pinned in my channel. When a stock has price straight up into resistance, CX causation, then STX goes straight up. Not really. I only had like 2 up days. Oh well, there's a stop on Cypher. I actually prefer to get stopped out quick on stuff. So if a trade works right away. And you don't have to like sit through just chop. This is just gonna come back down to the 8 EMA. But we'll look to buy Cypher back. It just wasn't ready. I kind of had a feeling the market wasn't gonna go off the morning. But yeah, not every single trade's gonna move. This one just needs a bit more time. PG to the downside. Yeah, that looks good. Big breakdown here. So choppy. Just a chop fest out there today. Mm-mm-mm. If we take out today's low on stuff, we might get a little bit of a deeper sell, but it just seems like chop right now, so nothing to really do. There's no reason to burn yourself right now on anything. SPY looks a bit weak, but it's got some strong support here. Tesla. Yeah, it needs to get the 8 EMA. It's just not gonna reverse out of like thin air, you know? I would love for SPY to come down to the 8 EMA today. I just don't think it's got any juice to do anything. So slow. Bitcoin pulling back pretty hard here. Maybe the market starts pulling back off that. SPY looks pretty weak. So what it does near yesterday's low. Mm. Did Cypher need more time? Yeah, probably more time, and also the market's just not conducive. Once it kind of sets up off the 8, it'll probably be an interesting one to like look back at. But today just looks like a slow day, like super, super slow. Like even with a lot of stuff failing, we're not even pushing really to the downside much either. So like it's just kind of rangy. DQ. Yeah, that looks nice. Good sector. This actually looks really nice. Cost looks like a short again. Yeah, it actually does, but it does have earnings coming up. So I don't know. GLW. I guess this one was the one out of all the memory storage stuff. Like SDX didn't even really move that much. Reddit, nice off the 8 EMA here. Doesn't look too bad. Netflix short, maybe. I mean, yeah, it's like on the previous days, low break could have been nice, but like at this point, you're kind of chasing it. If you're looking to like force a trade, you're probably trying to force something. I think this is just a good day to just sit. Nothing is doing anything. Like we might just sit here in this range. IonQ building on a flag, yeah. There's a lot of stuff that looks like that where it's like wedge pop and then building a like 3-day, 4-day flag. I still think obviously market goes higher. It's just choppy today. So it's kind of tough, but that's good. Like when eventually stocks will have to kind of consolidate, pull back, go sideways, all that good stuff. Our job is try not to get chopped in these type of phases, and identify them early. I think I did that in the morning, but I don't know why. I ended up taking that cipher trade. I mean, the setup was great, so it was a good idea. Volume anomaly, basically everything I look for. Just not enough strength from the market. Mhm, mm, mm. Yeah, it might be the live data. I'm not sure why yours is different. No idea. It's so choppy. Oh my god. They're kind of selling off tech a little bit now. This had strength in the morning, and now it's a little bit on the weaker side. And now IWM is slightly stronger, but it's just so choppy. Yeah, KTOS looks good. Nvidia needs to start showing some strength. If Nvidia starts to kind of sell here, then the market might really sell. Yeah, Frog's holding up good. There's a decent sell here. If SPY breaks this low, it's gonna really sell, I think. Yeah, I should low-key start scalping the Nasdaq. I would crush these shorts. Yeah, there's a sell on the break of that low. Oh wow, Nvidia is also breaking this now, which is not good. Wow, guys, look at the hourly on Nvidia. What was though? Take an ICT turtle soup liquidity sweep gap fill inversion of the fair value gap right now on the S&P. I do want to go low for EMA crossback, right? Yeah, I want the market to go lower here. Would be awesome. Dude, I need to get rid of this sickness. A Z pack, bro, for real. BBAI, can you chill? BA. Yeah, that looks nice. Sorry guys, I'm not talking much. My throat is like killing me, so like hurts to talk. Yeah, I'm about to get off. I'm just gonna go to like the urgent care or something. Just give it like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Um, overall market's not selling too hard. We obviously broke the gap, kind of made a nice down move, but I don't expect like in like massive selling. More kind of just ranging. But like I said, I've been saying this. I said this yesterday on the stream. I said this morning. The chances of us breaking out into FOMC, like with the way that the market looks right now, is just very low. And it's kind of tough to put on new positions because you won't have like any profits to swing. So it's like a lot of risk. So usually these type of situations, I just like to kind of just sit. Like it sucks, but when there's nothing to do, there's nothing to do. Moon day. Yeah, 3M indicator I'm using is this one by Genio. How many Celsius at today? 0. How can you set the volume cloud? Just go to volume right here. Style, volume MA, and then area. You're liking Pfizer? Yeah, this looks good. That looks good. Nice, Rabbit. Good stuff, bro. That's all you, man. What book is that from? I think it's from Reminiscence. But I copied Fifi. He's the one that posted it, so I think he knows. But I'm like 90% sure it's Reminiscence. Intel. I would like for it to like shape up a flag and then kind of start breaking out, but not bad off the 8. PWR. Yeah, that's nice. Reddit, nice hammer today. This looks Bible. RJF. Actually, this looks pretty good. It is up like multiple days in a row, so it's kind of tough to buy, but that was like pretty nice. SDX is holding up really well today. I think the only thing holding up, but it's so choppy. A lot of other stuff sold off. I'd honestly prefer if things sell off into like FOMC versus like run up. Usually run up into FOMC, the news gets sold pretty hard. But if we sell off before, it's not a bad look. Yeah, you is definitely special today. PALL, this looks really good. It needs to get through like 135. Dawkins about to break out of a massive weekly base. UPS holding up nicely, kind of basing. What do I think about getting no rate cut? It's possible. I mean, the rate cuts are not certain for sure, but I don't know. When the betting market is so like convinced, I feel like they know something. So probably definitely getting a rate cut. Yeah, SDX is nice. Needs to get some vol. See you, Kevin. Yeah, nothing to do today, bro. Just chilled. Do your homework. Come back tomorrow. Hopefully, we get a better day. Would it be gambling to enter a trade on FOMC day? I mean, if you have a stop loss, no. Like, if you have a proper trade setup, then no. You can trade on FOMC. What do you think of LAC? It kind of looks a bit gross now. It needed to get some momentum here, but it wasn't really able to. We need Nvidia. Nah, bro, Tony, I'm not letting you drag me into another trade, bro. Not today. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow. We'll get it tomorrow or after FOMC for sure. You missed entry on BBI is now the chance to enter. Yeah, you can get it here. I want to see Rivian hold the 8. If it doesn't, it's kind of gross. STX, it looks good. I'm not buying anything else today though, but it looks fine. Yeah, UPS doesn't look too bad. GameStop on earnings. I mean, it's a 50-50. Like earnings are always like, kind of a coin toss. In terms of a technical setup, I don't really see much right now, at least. Nvidia's not looking too bad here. You know what I noticed, guys, has been happening a lot lately though? I'm seeing a lot of low of day raids. What I mean by that is like a lot of stuff is moving up, coming down, taking out low of day, and then moving back up. Usually the characteristic of like a choppier market. But it's something to think about. B off the moving average cluster could be interesting. Maybe send up like a 30-minute pivot here. Yeah, low of day raids, break even raids. All the raids.